Well, I don't know if I'm late, but I got a phone call this morning. You ever have your phone go on, like your alarm go off, and you hit the alarm because you're like, well, that alarm's not for me.
Every morning at 3 a.m.
Where you don't even remember setting it or why you set it.
Yeah.
Right. So it went off this morning, and I thought, oh, I must have just left it yesterday because I don't know why that alarm's not for me. So I turned it off, and I went back to sleep. And so I got a phone call. She called me. And I believe when I answered the phone, I think I said something like, "Are you downstairs?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm downstairs." But I don't know why I said that because I wasn't really awake when I answered the phone. And then she said, "Yeah, I'm downstairs." And I hung up the phone. And I was like, I looked around the room like, all right, where am I? That's what I think it was.
Oh, man.
I just said, "Are you downstairs?" But I don't have any real recollection of where I am right now. So let's try to take it all in.
Did somebody roofie you last night?
I roofie myself every night just to see if I can get lucky. I woke up with a couple of scratch marks on my back, which is weird, but they were my own. So that's the best part.
All right, well, you're here. That's fine.
And we're here.
Listen, 9 minutes late. That's all good.
Was it 9 minutes?
No,
that's not bad at all.
7 minutes.
It wasn't 9, it was 7.
7 minutes,
late.
not like I'm counting.
7 minutes late, considering that I got in the elevator with my shoes and socks in my hand. I put my pants on because I put my pants on thinking, okay, I know I have to be somewhere because someone just called me and said, "Can you come downstairs?"
You know what always goes through my head? What always goes through my head if somebody's late for us, and listen, I don't care. We're all friends here.
Yeah,
we're having fun.
I apologize.
Are we having fun already?
Hell
Are we
yeah.
having fun already?
Yeah.
Relax.
I'm not a late guy, so that's why, that's not my MO. My mother always said, if you're late, when you're late, what you're telling people is that your time is more important than theirs. Don't be that guy. So that's stuck in my head. So whenever I'm late, it's not my
I want you to sit down, relax, take a load off. We're gonna chat. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
But here's what I think when somebody's late.
Yeah.
I think why, and I bet you, and I wasn't saying this about you.
But you were.
But I was. I bet you if it was a TV thing, he wouldn't be late.
Oh, I just would have not shown up if it was a TV.
Because on the show business ladder, why is radio so down here?
I will tell you this. I like radio more, especially morning radio, local radio, more than TV.
That's what this is.
More than TV, 100%. You guys are actually fun.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Yeah, you come in and you can and
we're gonna chop it up.
Talk about whatever. On TV, it's a little stiffer, and you have to be a little more careful about what you say.
Yeah, but it's always the thing. It always is the thing about radio as far as the show business ladder.
Yes.
Like what's at the top? Movie stars at the top.
Yeah.
Your A-list movie star, and then you have television, and then you have what's next? Probably Broadway. Maybe a Broadway actor.
Yeah.
Star of the stage, and then what's next? Is radio next, or
I would probably throw YouTube
probably
ahead
comedian?
Of that. Yeah.
YouTube.
Thanks, pal.
Well, you know what? On Monday.
Yeah. Oh, and then I would put the Instagram stars. I would put there up there. And Vine famous.
On
Vine famous too.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday we had. I don't know if you know Roman Atwood.
Yes.
He is a YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had security with him.
Crazy,
that
right?
is a superstar. It was raining out here, and people were waiting outside.
Yeah.
for him.
Look who I got. Yeah.
She's not as menacing as the security guard that Roman had with him.
I will tell you, for me, well, if you're talking about when you're listing off what's important, you list it off basically also in the order of the money people make. But if you're talking about for us, for comedians, would we rather do radio or TV? It's radio. Without a doubt, radio.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Because like I said, local TV, I have to sit there and go, yeah. And I have to laugh at
their dumb
cat jokes and
witty
whatever.
anchor banter.
And and then my language has to be I'm so careful with my language on local TV.
Well, and these 50-somethings who anchor these morning TV shows have no idea who you are.
No, the people listening to the show have no idea who I am.
I know who you are.
I know you do. I'm just saying.
He knows. That guy right there is a
Dude,
huge
I
fan.
saw you on Sports Nation with Michelle Beadle. You killed it, first of all. And second of all, how is she in person? Because I have a huge crush on her.
Michelle Beadle is the best person in the entire world.
Yeah, I don't care about how good of a person. I'm talking about, is she hot in person?
Oh yeah, she's a really attractive person. But what makes her even better looking is she's funny, dude.
Yeah.
She's funny, and keeps me on your toes. And in between breaks, like if you tell the joke she doesn't like, she will crush you.
Really?
Oh, you don't want to get into it with her. She's super funny. Not in a mean way.
So if you say something she don't like, she'll like.
No, not in a mean way. Like if you say something that's not funny, she'll give you a little jab.
Right.
Like it's like having your big brother there who's way funnier than you.
Like she can keep up.
She's one of the dudes with, but she's got McGuffies.
Yeah,
dish it.
She's a dude
awesome.
with McGuffies.
Awesome
is what she is. Yeah, she's a dude with boobs.
Yeah, and smarter.
Yeah.
That's a problem too.
I think what you said right there is very sexist.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I will tell you,
She should
which
thank
we
me.
applaud, by the way.
I've seen a couple videos of dudes with boobs. Not terrible.
No, really, it's not.
I've been tricked. You know, in my early younger days, I've been tricked. In my younger days, most cities close at 2 a.m. But in your younger days, if you take 1 or 2 or 7 Molly, you want to stay up a little later than that, right?
Right, hit the town.
Yeah, right? And the only place that's generally open in a lot of these places are the gay club that stays open until 4 a.m. It's like, and you're like, yeah, let's go down there and dance, right? So we go. My buddy and I, we go down there because always after the clubs too, a lot of women used to go down there. This was in San Antonio.
See, I told you. You guys were making fun of me about New Orleans. That's the place to go, man.
Yeah, it is. Because women come
the gay clubs?
Yeah.
I never made fun of you for that.
Yeah, you guys all hit.
The women come out of the bars and they still want to dance or whatever, and they go to these clubs. So you go.
Well, when you go there and they know your name and that's all you go to the gay club.
That's not how that happens.
And it's also
happy hour.
And it's also noon.
And I got propositioned by a woman. Thank you.
When it's noon on a Tuesday, things get a little weird too.
No, this is a woman.
But
because there's no competition. I'm the only straight guy there. Like the women that are straight are going for me.
Yes, but you think you are, but there's a bunch more. Well, here's the thing where I got fooled was I was a little messed up. I had maybe, like I said, 2 Mollies in me, and there was a girl, and I love a Latina girl. Mm-hmm. All right, I love a little junk in the trunk, and there's this girl dancing across, and I'm like, that girl is hot, right? And I made an eye contact. I'm like, that girl's hot. And my buddy was like, she is kind of hot. I'm like, that girl's hot. And, my eyes are half in the back of my head.
Now you're on Molly's. Okay,
my eyes are half in the back of my head, and I'm chewing 74 pieces of gum. And I'm like, yeah, that girl's hot.
My mouth is so dry. My mouth is dry even thinking about you.
Do you have 15 lollipops I can put in my face right now? I'm wondering if I go into the bathroom and take a leak. And it was like, one of those movies where the girl follows you into the bathroom. And I was like, oh, it's on.
Step into this stall.
Yeah, I was like, the wind was blowing in her hair when she walked in. And I was like, and she gave me the, shook her head. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down in the bathroom. Bada bing, bing, bing. Right? And she just stood at the stall next to me and took a leak.
That's awesome.
So that's a deal breaker.
Not when you're on a
So
couple
we
hits
made
of
out.
Molly.
Turns out a great kisser, right?
My point was, dude with boobs, not always terrible. Sometimes dude with boobs is okay.
That's Josh Wolf, by the way. He's at Helium Comedy Club. He's got a couple shows tonight, a couple shows tomorrow. You know what? We were going to do some emails from the people.
Yeah.
People actually email us all the time wanting our advice on certain topics.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so let's, we call these Ask Rizz emails. So, we got one we saved for you since you were talking about Molly and stuff like that. Get that one about the apartment there.
Is it about dude with boobs?
It is not.
The apartment one.
The apartment one. Thank you, Jeff, for being prepared as always.
If you remember yesterday, I accidentally threw them away, so I put them in my folder, you prick.
Oh,
wow.
Woo. Shots fired.
Get down.
You know what he said that? He said that. Did you ever see Glengarry Glen Ross?
Yes.
He said that like, go to lunch. Will you go to lunch? Go to lunch.
We kid around here. Come on, Jeff.
That was a pregnant pause.
You are correct.
All right.
All right, so the Stone Neighbor one. So this guy, Chad, he's a listener, and his wife moved to a new city recently, and they have to stay in an apartment complex for a little bit. Okay, doesn't say why, but whatever. Someone in the same hallway as them smokes the pot.
I'm familiar.
Yes. Chad and his wife are fine with the smoking of the pot, but they themselves don't partake. He has to walk past or through the smell every time he leaves his apartment to go out of the building. He wants to know if he should or can say something about it, or does he have to just live with it for the year or so that they are standing there?
Stop being a square, am I right? Stop being a square.
He'll
What
get a free
square.
hit out of the air.
I think the only thing he should say is, do you mind if I sit in for a session? Like, I don't understand what the problem is. It's
He
just
said
a
he
smell.
doesn't mind. He said he doesn't mind it, right?
Right. He doesn't. He said
and the
he
smell
doesn't
can't
mind
get him
that.
high.
He said he doesn't mind that people smoke. He doesn't smoke.
He
so
doesn't smoke.
He doesn't want the smell and whatnot on him.
Now, does it go into his apartment?
It doesn't.
He didn't mention that.
It doesn't go. It doesn't get on him. It's not patchouli. You know what I mean? It could be way worse. Yeah, when patchouli gets on you,
that's on you.
You can't get that stink off you.
No, you can't.
Someone hugs you with patchouli, you're like, well, that's me.
There goes 3 days.
That's me for the rest of the day. Yeah. But you know what? I would tell that dude to stop being such a bitch. That's what I would tell him.
I have been in this situation. One of my old apartments.
Quit being a bitch.
Yeah. What's the problem? It doesn't stick to you.
One of my old apartments. My wife and I, she was my girlfriend at the time. You know, we were doing our thing in the apartment.
Yeah.
And I guess the smell had wafted out into the hallway, and somebody narked on us. Told the security guard in the building. And as I was going downstairs, my mother happened to be visiting, and the security guard said, I know you entertainment people. He did the quotes, too.
Oh.
He put, you entertainment people like to smoke the grass, but if you could please open up a window. I said, grass? What are we?
Yeah.
What are we, in 1962?
The grass?
The grass.
Were you my grandmother? Wait, but my point would be this, is it's not in his apartment, the smell. It's in the hallway.
Right. Yeah, so this guy's doing it in his apartment. I guess it's wafting out into the hallway.
Into the hallway, but not into his apartment. So, but like, I've lived in apartments before. You step in that hallway, it's a hodgepodge of feet and stew. Like,
whatever somebody's cooking.
Whatever apartment you walk by, you're like, well, that person. I used to live next to these.
There can be worse smells, is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, in LA, the first apartment I moved into, I lived next to these two lesbians who sold Omaha steaks. You know the Omaha steaks?
Oh yeah.
But they also were like heavy heroin users. And so the Omaha steaks used to go bad in their apartment.
No.
Now let me tell you.
So they would sell them, but then get unmotivated because of the heroin and did not sell them.
Yes. And so the thing is that like, you know, heroin people generally aren't that clean anyways, so their apartment didn't smell that great. But when the steaks went bad, and I used to say to them, I would knock on the door and be like, hey, because I recognize the smell of, I know you guys are nodding off and stuff, but instead of just leaving the steaks on the table, can you just put them in the freezer?
Right.
Yeah, because then they're not going to go bad. But their problem was they were so backlogged. They had steaks in the freezer. And they had them in their fridge, but they also had them on the counter because they just never.
And they were just rotting meat.
It was just rot, which is a great name for a punk band. Rotting meats isn't
Yeah,
terrible.
I got it.
Put that in the list.
That's got to be a name already. Rotting meat.
Rotting meat.
That's got to be a band name already.
Rotting meat. Do you guys have lists of band names?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to hear them?
Oh yeah, I love band name names.
We have a running list.
What's your favorite one? Do you have a favorite one?
Oh, there's a bunch of favorite ones. I can't pick. It's like picking your favorite kid.
You can't pick your favorite kid, by the way. Just
Rizz, rotting meat.
Meet my kids.
Rotting meat, not a band name.
Yeah.
Rotting flesh is.
That's right. That's right.
okay.
Because you loved them back in the 90s.
It's my mom's favorite band.
While he's looking
That was
it
my
up,
nickname in high school.
I love the fact that you called your neighbors the heroin people.
Yeah, they were the
They're heroin people.
All right, tell Josh our band name.
Here's a couple. We have a Mr. Cheeto and the Knuckle Dusters. We have the traveling minstrels, but like minstrels.
Thanks for the explanation.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
minstrels. Instead of M-I-N, like the old
Minstrels.
minstrels. Do you see?
Raise your hand if you need more
Never mind.
explanation. on
Okay, the tasteful side boobs, the fart jars, unexpected cheddar.
Wait,
avoid
if
the
you
burger.
like any of these, stop us at any time.
I like
Tainted
the
sample.
fart jars.
Fart jars are pretty good.
Fart jars.
Lines with Lindsay. That's topical. Banana massage.
Lines with Lindsay came out of a story of Lindsay Lohan doing.
No, I figured that one out. Yeah. Lindsay Lohan, because she likes to do the.
Well, I had to explain that because you could have thought it was Lindsay Buckingham.
And the fact that he loves line dancing.
We have a cat's.
They were going to do line reading with Lindsay Buckingham. This is from A Few Good Men, Lindsay. Go ahead and read this. You can't handle the truth. Yeah, Lindsay Buckingham. Lines with Lindsay.
We have a heterosexual battery. Aggressive canoeing.
Is that a battery that you put on yourself as a heterosexual person?
Andy Dick's vehicle.
Or Andy Dick's van.
Yeah. The Pakistani backups. I don't remember where that came from. The penis straws. Methed up maniacs. Teresa and the Gutter Saints. Joni Pepperoni and the Hitmen.
But there would be no Teresa or Joni in the band.
No.
Yeah.
Machine
a lot
gun
of pepperoni.
Machine gun wieners, the inner side boobs, the bleeding nipples, somebody else's vomit,
I love that.
That was a hell of a
That's
show.
a death metal band.
Yeah, that is.
festering sore, fecal tumors,
Fecal tumors opens up for somebody else's vomit.
Yeah, easily.
fist-sized gash.
Oh.
Was a winner from early.
I remember we were talking about my prom.
That's
night.
right.
Yeah.
Iced turd.
You know, my prom date had sex with somebody else.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh wow, what a bummer.
Yeah.
Like on prom night.
On prom night at the prom party. I have to tell you two things. One, it strikes me every time you talk, it's not the voice that I thought was going to come
Thanks,
out of your
man.
mouth.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
take
like
that as
Mickey
a
Mouse, doesn't
compliment.
he?
I don't know. It's just not.
It's a little David Beckham-y, huh?
Do people say that?
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I was expecting. So every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's that dude again.
You know what?
It is a
He's
guy.
a good singer, though. He's a
He's
very good
hell
singer.
Of a singer. Hell of a singer.
Really?
This man has sold 1 million records.
This guy has.
Yeah.
That guy right there.
You at a store when you were working there, you sold 1 million records?
Out
That's
front,
like,
He's in a
yes.
that's got to be
Out
some
front.
sort of.
Out
Nationally signed band.
Yes, no. So, but is your voice like?
It's not a put on.
How would you explain it when you sing? Is it what?
Oh, I would say it's unexpected as well.
You can pull something up real quick.
I'm
right?
pretty
Nah,
soft.
I don't want
I'm
it.
pretty
All right.
soft-spoken,
Okay.
soft-spoken dude, but singing is it's much more projected.
Right. I know. I understood you probably got a little louder when you sang, but
No, I
is
mean
it
like tone-wise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, tone and timbre I would say is a little bit more.
Tone and Timbre's
Tone
on a
and
terrible name for a
timbre.
band.
Yeah, that's.
Tone and timbre. That's great.
Tone and Timbre is Jeffrey Tambor's rap name.
Yes. Hey now.
I'll take it as a
It's
compliment.
Tone
that I
Loc
don't-
and Jeffrey Tambor, and they have this crazy rap combo.
It is surprising, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
His
no,
voice.
I wasn't expecting it.
Thanks,
No.
guys.
Yeah,
I think.
Sure.
Yeah, it's neither. It's not like it was neither.
Now I want to hear about your prom date having sex with somebody else on prom.
Yeah, and how did you find this out?
Well, because I saw them walk down the hall holding hands and walk into his bedroom, and I was like,
And they made you watch.
well, here's the thing. I wish it would
Sit in the middle of the room and watch. You're gonna watch this.
fun. At least I would have watched somebody have sex.
At least somebody's having sex with her.
We were at my buddy's house after the prom, and his bigger brother Billy he was at that party for whatever reason, and so Billy, who went to our high school 2 years before me, I saw him talking to my date, and Billy was a big dude, and I was like, oh no,
Damn it, Billy.
But Billy was also a dude who always skipped leg day. He had arms like you would not believe it. He was like a cartoon, like ding 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 ding, ding. Right? And so I was like, oh, I think Billy's gonna have sex with her. And he walked down the hallway, and so we were leaving, and I was very passive aggressive, high school, and I had a couple beers.
Chip on your shoulder.
Yeah. So I walk down the hallway, and I tell my buddy, I'm going to get her out of Billy's room. He was like, no, I wouldn't do that. That's not a good idea, because Billy could punch a hole.
Billy was a badass.
He could punch a hole in your chest and poop in it, right? Like,
Right.
So yeah, he would like no.
Yes.
Like, yeah, one of those situations, right? So I walked in the hall. I'm like, I'm going down there, and I walk, and it was just the lightest tap on the door, just a.
Hello.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Moon, say hello.
Hello?
That's exactly what it was.
Thanks, guys.
And I hear Billy go, "Get out of here!"
Oh, sorry about that. That's coming up, by the way.
By the way,
About
that's basically what I
celebrities.
did, and I paced the hallway a little more, and I go, I'm gonna knock on the door again. And I get up to the door again, and I go, and I said, "We're leaving."
We're leaving.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
And no response, and I was like, well, they really don't care.
Well, did she have an explanation for you after?
Oh,
I'm sure you called her at some point.
I saw her, yeah, and I said, hey, what happened to you, knowing full well what happened?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, oh, I had sex with Billy.
Oh, man.
Oh, so no lie or anything, not even like I didn't know you were still there, like straight in my face. Oh, I decided to have sex with Billy, and I'm like, right, well, that actually is what happened. So I don't really have any.
Right. No comeback to
yeah,
that.
no, I had a whole. You know when you have a speech planned out, because I was ready.
Like,
to,
wait till she lies to me.
I'm
She's going
gonna-
to come up with some excuse, and I'm going to give it to her. And yeah, I had sex with Billy. Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah,
We should
okay.
carry on.
Honesty.
Yeah,
Thanks.
well, you left your corsage in my car, so.
All right, Josh Wolf is here. We're going to take a break. We'll do some celebrity news. We'll do some celebrity news after the break. If that's cool with you, you could stick around.
Yeah, absolutely.
You owe me an extra 7 minutes anyway. So. All right, Josh Wolf is here.
Yeah.
That's him to my left. My left. You're right on the radio.
All right.
He's at Helium Comedy Club this weekend. He's got a couple shows tonight, a couple shows tomorrow. You are a Renaissance man, aren't you? You do a lot of things.
I do a lot of
You're
things.
You're a writer. You're an actor. You're a father.
Yes, I do all those things. I couldn't spell Renaissance, so when you said it to me, I'm like, I wonder if I could spell that word.
That's a toughie.
Yeah. Do you think any of us could spell Renaissance correctly?
Let me try.
Okay,
I'm already out, dude.
Okay.
I'm not even an attempt.
Renaissance.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm gonna write it out.
RENAISSANCE. Renaissance.
Is that right?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Spell it again. Spell it again.
I was thinking about myself.
RENAISSANCE.
I don't think there's an A in there.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, we got it. Look at you.
Look where I gave up. RENE. I go, I'm out.
It was just some fantasy about some dude named Renee.
You know what it is? We're dumb.
Yeah. We're
Simple
all
as
in
that.
the correct industry. That's for sure.
I think, I don't know if I would have got, how do you spell it again? I would have put the I after the second A, I think, because I'm not smart.
See, I would have started with
Renaissance.
QU.
You would start with QU?
Yeah, I would have started with QU.
That'd be totally wrong.
I would have gone straight to YouPorn, so I don't even know.
It's time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
It's brought to you by Southern Armory. Concealed classes forming now. You can register at southernarmory.com and do that today.
Thank you.
So here's the deal. Ever since 1999, Aerosmith has been a part of the pre-show thing at Hollywood Studios attraction there.
You're a Boston guy, right?
Yeah.
So
Love
they're
Aerosmith.
So the rock and roll roller coaster. What happens is, if you're a writer, as it begins, guests walk into a recording studio where the band is performing Walk This Way. Huge hit of theirs. 17 years later, the video has been edited. And the reason why is because Steven Tyler's hand is doing the shocker. And it took them 17 years to figure this out.
Throws the shocker hand. You know, the 2 and the 1.
Yeah, I'm familiar, yeah.
And it's been on this Disney ride for how long? 17 years?
17 years. I don't know if somebody finally complained enough or somebody from the park was just walking by.
Wait a minute.
Hold on a second.
You know, Steven Tyler has been laughing about that for 17 years. I mean, what's the point now?
Right.
I mean,
especially if nobody has complained about it, I'm assuming.
Well, you know
anyway.
it is. Somebody probably complained.
Somebody finally did, yeah.
Is this, you know what? Whoever came up with the name for that, the shocker,
is brilliant, isn't it?
It's so good. It's like, and then the rhyme that goes afterwards. It's one of my favorite.
Well, there's
ones.
no other way to describe like shocker. There's no other real. If there's to be one word for it, that's it.
Oh yeah.
There's no other word they could go with that.
I love how there is a pop culture slogan that goes along with it. Like you said, like the rhyme, it has its own slogan.
Amazing. Like I wonder if those two came at the same time. And someone was like, "What should we call this?" Shocker, and some guy in the back was like, "Nah." And I was like, that is and
they go together.
They go together.
Perfect. Brilliant. That will catch on.
It really is perfect.
America's greatest rock band is Aerosmith. Yes.
America's greatest rock band is
America's
Aerosmith.
greatest rock band. Is there a better American rock band in the history of rock and roll?
I don't think so.
Nope.
I don't think so. I got to tell you, like, Toys and Toys in the Attic to me is top 5 album for me.
I mean, Permanent Vacation, Pump, stop it.
Yeah, but see, I would go further back. I need them
when they were really on drugs.
I need them on drugs to really. Yeah, they're not doing enough drugs in the other ones.
Right.
But Toys in the Attic, the heroin comes through the speakers in your car. You can feel Steven Tyler nodding off in the middle of the song. That is what I like.
All right, so we've established America's greatest rock band of all time is Aerosmith. That is undeniable.
Right. I think so. Between the two of us, what about
America's greatest songwriter?
Your answer is going to dictate how the rest of this show goes.
There is a right and a wrong.
There is a right, correct answer.
And
I'm going to assume Mariah Carey is not the one you're talking about.
That is nope.
Songwriter?
America's greatest songwriter.
Do you want to give me a clue what you think it is?
According to him, there is no debate.
Yeah.
So
There is
it's
no
not
debate
even
on this.
wrong.
And stop it with Bob Dylan, because it's not.
I'm going to Oldchella, and that's the one guy I'm not going to see. You know what Oldchella is?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm not going to see him because he was low energy when he was 20.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm assuming when he's 70,
It's not Bob Dylan. It's not Bruce Springsteen.
Petty?
We're friends.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
You
We're
guys
friends.
just
You
made
can
out.
say.
You can say.
America's greatest
Just made
songwriter. You can't debate it.
Well, because when you said Springsteen, I was like, well, you and I think the same, because when people go, he's the best, right? I'm
No,
like,
he's not.
No, I don't know.
No,
he's
he's
the
not.
best. No. I am not. I haven't fallen under Springsteen's spell. Have you?
No.
No, I just don't. I take Petty over Springsteen all day, every day, any
Springsteen's
day.
got some good tunes,
Yes,
no doubt.
yes. And Born to Run is an amazing album.
But Tom Petty, come on.
Come on. Hit after hit after hit after hit. Yeah.
We're friends.
You got a friend, dude.
Yeah.
He couldn't stand up right now if the building was on fire. You're
Nope.
so excited right now.
Do they disagree with you?
No.
You're not allowed to.
I remember when it first
Here,
happened.
aren't
Yeah.
This is not a joke. I remember when we first had this discussion, Moon said, well, and he goes, you're not allowed to disagree. And that was it. That was the end of it.
If you had because I had this conversation with somebody, and what somebody was like, well, what about John Mellencamp? I was like,
Stop
get
that.
out of the room with your John Mellencamp. Like
That'd be you?
No, that's me. That's who I would pick over Springsteen all day long, because I was a huge Mellencamp guy in high school.
Is Mellencamp
I wouldn't
from
pick
Canada,
him
though?
over Petty.
Mel-
and
no,
then
he's
This.
Indiana.
He's an
Oh,
Indiana
that's
guy.
right,
Yeah.
that's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Gary.
I think he still lives there.
Who am I thinking?
And it doesn't matter. We said
Brian
greatest
Adams.
songwriter.
Yeah, Brian Adams.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
We didn't say greatest American
Check it out.
songwriter. Just greatest songwriter. We never specified American.
You said America.
I said America's
Oh, did
greatest
you say
songwriter.
America?
It's always America's greatest
Yeah,
songwriter.
because anytime you get out of America, you got to go to Lennon and McCartney,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
end of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Amy Schumer. Yeah, I'm assuming you're
Not a
you
great
have-
songwriter, though.
No,
Yeah.
she's caught up in this whole thing with Kurt Metzger. Have you heard about this?
Yes,
Obviously,
Yes.
So he made some disparaging to a lot of people. Comments on social media
I think
about
his
rape and
point-
whatnot.
He brings up a decent point, but it's the way he said it is not great.
He doubled down in the wrong way over and over again because he would not give up his. He wouldn't.
He dug in.
He
And
dug in.
I appreciate the digging in on a thing. It's just the way you say things.
Was not okay.
And I agree. You shouldn't crucify somebody in the court of public opinion and on social media.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay to say.
Yeah, and but look, I mean, social media is our Salem witch trials, right? Once the mob gets mad,
It's over.
It's over. The mob will run through you no matter what. Once the mob gets incited, it's over, and you have been found guilty. That is terrible. That's a terrible thing. But Kurt, there was ways he could have gone about that.
And I get he's trying to defend a friend who was, banned from these Upright Citizens Brigade clubs.
Yep.
Because of their internal investigation about this other comedian committing
but
sexual atrocities.
But your argument can't be take it easy on the guy because you didn't go to the police. Your argument can't look if all these women came forward, however they handled it. The real issue is the dude is a scumbag and shouldn't have done that.
Right.
That's the real issue. How everything got handled after that is really secondary. So, because it kind of sounded like he never took his friend to task enough. He took the women to task for how they handled it.
Well, I want to know what his opinion of Bill Cosby is then.
Right.
Because he was never tried and convicted of anything.
But he's about to be.
He's about to be,
Yeah.
but not yet.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. If you could have got a regular role on the Cosby Show, and it just would have taken, Bill would have been like, "Hey, Rizz, let's go over some lines." Am I? They're looking for
Have a drink.
Rudy's looking for a boyfriend for the season.
How much am I getting paid?
I would say you're probably hitting somewhere around between 40 and 50 a week.
Yeah.
Because you're asleep the whole time.
What
You're
do we-
asleep the whole time.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean, whatever happens.
When I wake up, what hurts?
Yes,
We're just
that's
gonna,
the thing.
are we gonna roll with it?
It's up to Kaz. Kaz, once you're asleep, you're in the land of Kaz. So, you know what I mean?
Land
So
of Kaz.
you're off to see the wizard.
Last thing I knew was have a mimosa.
Yeah, put your ruby slippers on and just go to a nice
It's
place.
in Kansas anymore.
No.
Listen, I feel bad for Amy Schumer because she's caught up in this. She got a book she's promoting, and
and Amy Schumer's been caught up in a couple things that she didn't. The whole when she got accused of stealing jokes was ridiculous, and this is also ridiculous. You know, she's also not responsible. Even if Kurt worked for her, she's not responsible for everything that the people that work for her say. They're comics. They're going to go off the rails every now and then. Chelsea was not responsible for everything we said. We said stupid stuff, and that's just what happens. But she did the right thing. She distanced herself from it. Yeah, she did the right thing.
Let's bring up. Go ahead.
No, I was going to do the Cat Williams thing.
Yeah, Cat Williams. Oh, by the way, speaking of Chelsea Handler, you see pictures of her today?
No.
At the bathhouse?
What? Today?
Well,
they're out today, but I guess she likes to, because Josh was on a Chelsea show a lot, and she likes to be topless now.
She always did. She's got no issues with
but
that.
But now it's.
Well, now that there's Instagram, but I've known her forever. She always.
Really?
Yeah. She doesn't. That is not her hang up at all.
I guess she was filming for her new show at some bathhouse, like a Russian bathhouse.
Yeah.
And she is completely topless.
I mean, she doesn't care at all.
And she should not be ashamed of anything. She's got a great body.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
She's not ashamed, and she doesn't care, and that's the best part about her. She truly is.
That's her.
She truly is alpha in the way that if you say I love you, she's like great. If you say I hate you, she's like great. What your opinion is never changes what she's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
That to have that kind of confidence, who's got that kind of confidence? She does.
I like her show on Netflix.
Yeah.
The docuseries she did.
I did that one on drugs.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to watch that tonight.
I did the one on drugs.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. We sat around and had a 5-course meal, but the meal all had weed in it. So by the end of the meal, it was like, it was oh my Lord, it was a mess.
After we go to IKEA, maybe we'll watch that.
There you go.
What, you gonna put together a furfurlugan?
Oh no, I'm gonna. We're going on a big family trip to IKEA today. So first time.
When my kids, I was single raising 3 kids, and I had no money, and I had a minivan, and IKEA was my babysitter. I would go and drop the kids off for an hour in the balls.
That's what we were talking about.
I would go drop them off for an hour in the balls, and then since I never slept, I would go up and just lay down on a couch for an hour.
Huh.
And then they'd call like an hour, 15 minutes later. You'd hear them go, Josh Wolf!
You still here?
Josh Wolf! And I'd kind of wake up and be like, just like this morning, I'd be like, well, where am I?
Your kids are
IKEA again. Okay, well, I guess I got to go get my kids.
That's a theme, huh?
Yeah. Tell Josh about the Cat Williams story.
Okay, so Cat Williams is being sued by his ex-assistant. She says he attacked and knocked her so senseless she was laid up in a hospital for days. Now she's suing, of course, for big money. This was back in 2014. He got all upset when they were on a movie set in L.A. Cat got so upset when she took a phone call and violently lunged toward her and ordered her into a van. Just come into this van with me. Yeah.
Wait.
According to Kat, according to her, Kat took her cell phone out of her hands and threw it inside this van. And then she says she became super, super scared, very, very fearful of her life. She says that he's done this before and that he has violently beat up women in front of her before, kind of like hey, this is what's going to happen to you if you mess with me. She says Kat called her a bitch, got even more enraged when she repeatedly told him that he's bigger than that, like you're better than this, and he got even more mad. Kat hit her in the face, according to her, slammed her on the ground, according to her, knocked her unconscious. 3 days in the hospital. After the attack, she immediately quit. Obviously, she's looking for $1 million now.
Okay, first, so he has a van that he just brings around with him that he throws people in if he wants to knock them around? Can you imagine? You're like, I hope I don't end up in the van today.
Here comes Kat's van.
Hey guys, I just
rolling down the street. Kat's van.
Guys, I just got a brand new job. I'm the van driver.
Yeah.
What do you do? I drive Cat Williams' abuse van.
What do you do? I clean up the van. That's crazy. Yeah. Go get in the van. That is like.
But is that far-fetched?
That's why I kept saying according to her.
Yeah.
If we see a pattern developing with his behavior.
Yeah.
Which is that there is no real pattern, which you can just that pattern you mean.
It's not a great pattern.
Yes.
Anything?
I got to tell you, like I'm still. I don't think I'd have gotten in the van.
No. No.
Yeah, unless you're inviting me into your Pacifica.
When Cat Williams invites you into a van,
no,
you don't go.
That's like that's.
I've always said that.
Yeah,
I've always said that.
You've said Tom Petty is the best American songwriter, and then if Cat Williams invites you to the van,
I always say no.
I'm saying no.
Unless he's got the full-size candy bars.
You don't play cards with anybody with the name, the first name of a city.
Imagine Cat Williams holding a full-size candy bar. It's going to look huge in his hand.
Yeah, that's why they get into the van. They're like, that's the biggest candy bar I've ever seen. Yeah. Did you say you don't play poker with somebody who has the first name of a city?
That's right. That's a Teen Wolf quote, but I think it's a rule to live by if you really think about it.
On TV this weekend, you got primetime coverage of the Olympics on today and tomorrow, and then Sunday, obviously, the closing ceremonies. And then on Saturday on CBS...
I'm going to miss you, Olympics.
Yeah, the series finale of that.
It's so hard to say goodbye, isn't it?
Yeah. If you really dug the series Rush Hour, I don't know who did, but it's already the series finale on that.
Crabby birthdays, real quick here. John Stamos, 53. Matthew Perry, 47. America's second greatest songwriter, Fred Durst, is 46. Usain Bolt is 30, and today's Burton birthday of the day. He knows when to fold him. He knows when to hold him. Mother effing Kenny Rogers is 78 years old.
And his face is tight.
His face is only
he looks
4.
like a young Asian boy.
His face is so tight, his belly button's on his forehead. Hello. All right.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah.
Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Angel Eyes. And today's birthday girl's privates has had more users than Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat combined in 264 fine films, including Badunka Bounce Volume 2, Black Crack Attack, I Want a Sista, Not a Mista, Bubble Butt Bonanza Volume 12. She was in a movie called Skeet, Skeet, Skeet. And who can forget...
I wrote that. I wrote that movie.
Who can forget her unforgettable role in Make Sure You Can't See My Face? Angel Eyes is 36 years old. That's your porno birthday, your crappy birthday, and that's your crap on celebrity.
Make sure you can't see my face. That's right. What are we shooting today? Make sure you can't see my face. Okay. I'm in. Hey, I want to thank Josh Wolf for coming in. Yeah! And I want you to go see him at Helium. He's got 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. HeliumComedyClub.com over there in the Galleria. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time.
I had a great time, and I apologize for the 7 minutes. But I hope we made up for it.
We're good.
Yeah,
We're good now.
I got a new book coming out called Make Sure You Can't See My Face. Make sure you download that, and me and Angela Eyes.
That's Josh. All right, we'll take our final break of the morning, come back, and we got the real or fake results.